flood study and the chart. Okay. Based on inspirations. It says here, behold, I have told you before. Matthew 24 verse 36 and 39. But of the day and the hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father's only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Genesis 7:41 and 4. The Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all the house into the ark, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Behold, I told you before. And this is the beauty of the chart of the flood study. And we need to slice everything on this. And we need to understand the contents on this. Number one is we need to study the flood as a type and antitype, the understanding, the typological framework on this. The second is the flood chart, type, timeline and symbols, prophetic timeline and numerical patterns. The second is the 6 periodic events, 6 prophetic time periods revealed. And the last one is the antitypical art and conclusions, the kingdom as the ark of the last days. So number one is the flood as a type and antitype. We understand also that the flood, the type of the destruction of the wicked. And as we understand that the type meets antitype, it says here, the key principles of this found in the Shepherd's Rod, Volume 2, page 146, paragraph 1, it says, if the flood is a type of the millennium, and the generation that perished then, a type of the generation now living, then the number of days employed in the destruction of the old world must be considered with the destruction of this present world. That's the key principles, the type and antitype. Okay. The conclusion of the closing of the ark door, the prophetic symbols, 7 days of grace, yes. The type, we need to understand the type, that Noah entered the ark on the 10th day of the 2nd month, God closed the gate, okay, or the door, okay. 7 days passed before the rain started, the final period of grace before the judgment, before the rain, okay. The symbolism, the 7 days represent the final completeness of the gospel and the final close of world provisions. In Leviticus 25 verse 8, we see that there is a jubilee there. Yeah, that is the verse in jubilee. 7 times 7 equals 49 years to the jubilee, a type of the millennium. Okay. The antitype is the antitype. In the antitype, 7 days times 7 equals 49 days between the close of provision and the start of the 7 last plagues. The closing of the ark door is a type representing the time from the close of provision to the commencement of the plagues, according to the 2SR page 251. Next, we'll go to next because my time is almost over. The flood chart, the type and the symbols, prophetic timeline and numerical patterns. I love the chart. The chart, the type and antitype timeline. According to the Superstar Volume 1, the chart locations, the flood chart appears in the Shepherd's Rod Volume 1, page 133, 121, and 124. Hotep developed this chart to show how the days of the flood translate to end-time events. 6 time periods. The chart divides the flood narrative into 6 distinct time periods. Each period represents a different phase of the end time destructions of the wicked. Biblical numbers. Each period is multiplied by biblical numbers of special meaning to reveal the antitype. 10 is a universal multiplier used to broaden the views. Okay, we need also to understand that according to the inspiration, their true meaning is to be found by multiplications with biblical numbers of special meaning to fit the incident and broaden the views. The chart demonstrates that these timings were not an accident but divinely designed types. This is divinely designed types. The 40 days of rain, the type of the 7 last plagues, according to Genesis 7 verses 11 to 12 and 17. The 40 days explain that it rains for 40 days from the 7th day of the 2nd month to the 27th days, a day of the 3rd month. Christ was crucified, we understand, buried and resurrected within the Passover week. Noah's first day in the ark, the 10th day of 2nd month, parallel Christ's time. In the antitype, 40 days times 10 equals 400 days for the 7 last plagues to be poured out upon the wicked. Okay. The reign of the 40 days and 40 nights is a type of the destruction of the wicked by the plagues according to the rod. Okay. Then we will go to 3. The 6 periodic events, 6 prophetic time period revealed. The 110 days and the millenniums. Okay. Genesis 7, 20, 24, 8, verse 3. The type, we need also to understand the type. The water is flooded the earth for 150 days. 40 days of rain plus 110 days at the same level according to the Genesis 7, 20, 24 and chapter 8 verse 3. Noah's 50 days lead him into the same level water stage of the flood. And as we continue the calculations, we need to use calculations. 10 times 110 equals 1,100 years. The millenniums, 1,000 years, plus the 100 years of Isaiah 65 verse 20 that Brother Will Jury explained. 110 days are a time type of the wicked both during the millennium and for 100 years after. We need to go to antitype. This represents the millennium, the antitypical jubilee years. In Isaiah 60 verse 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The saint went with Christ while the wicked remain in their graves. Okay. The 164 days and 56 days earth's purifications. According to the Genesis, as we found in Genesis 8:5 verses 13 to 14, earth purification explained that water decreased from 7th day of the 7th month for the 74 days to the appearing of the mountain tops, as Brother Dan explained in the previous days. 90 days for water to completely go. 56 days for earth to dry equals 377 total days in the ark. Okay? The 164 days, the literal days in which the wicked and their words and their works are destroyed in fire, according to Malachi 4 verses 1 to 2. The 56 days, the literal days in which the earth will be cooling after its purifications, after which the saints move out to inherit the new earth. According to Malachi 4 verse 3. Alright. Summary of the 6 period events. We need to go to summarize in order for us to be pondered and meditate on it. Okay. The flood, the type, multiplied, and antitype, end time. Ark, the number 1 is the ark closed, 7 days, times 7 is the 40 days, close of probation to plagues. The rain, the 40 days, times 10, that is 400 days, 7 last plagues. That's same level, the 110 days, times 10, 1,100 years, millennium plus 100 years. Water decreasing is 164 days, times 1. We need to say because times 1 because it's the same. Earth burning, and the earth drying is 56 days. That is also 50 days earth cooling. So we'll go to conclusion because my time is over. Antitypical art and conclusions. The kingdom as the art of the last days. The antitypical art, the restoration kingdom. Okay, we go to Tracts 8, page 66, paragraph 2. A kingdom as the ark. As Noah's ark preserved every living thing that was to inhabit the earth after the flood. In like manner, the restored kingdom of Judah and Israel is to gather and preserve from plagues every living things that is to inhabit the earth, the new earth. The kingdom restored is to the ark in our day. Here people shall live rent in 1,000 years with Christ. So I'm going to edit this one. The lion and the wolf and the lamb and the leopard, the calf and the fatling shall live peaceably together. God shall preserve a remnant of man and beast out of his whole creations. Thank you, and God bless the flood study and the chart.